In the first video, we're going to look at the hierarchy of influence, which is a model I developed back in 2011, and it explains why, if you're relying on features and benefits, is the weakest way to sell. You'll notice when you look at the diagram that there is a big arrow, and the arrow is pointing up. And that means that the influence starts at the bottom and works its way up. But we're going to start at the top and we're going to work our way down, and we're going to start off by talking about results. Now, we all produce results. Some of those results are amazing, awesome, and brilliant, and some of those are results that we'd like to change. And if you want to change your results, we need to change our behaviors, because our behaviors have a direct impact on the results we're able to produce. It was Einstein that said the definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Now, our behaviors are influenced by what we know and the skills that we have. So below behaviors, we have skills and knowledge. So I'm going to say that your features are your skills and knowledge. Okay? They're things like the talent that you have in your business, the IP if you have any in your business, the products that you have, the services that you have, the features of those services and products, the clients you've worked for, the length of time you've been in business, your awards, your background. It's everything, right? These are your features, which are your skills and knowledge. And you're going to use your features, your skills and knowledge to change the behaviors of someone. Usually it's the general public. So let's take an example. Let's say you're an accountant. You're going to use your skills and knowledge of tax and how tax works and your expertise to change the behaviors of the person that you're doing the accounts for. You might say there's a change in the law and they need to do this differently now. So they'll take your advice and guess what? They'll do it differently, which will produce a positive result for them and a positive result for you. The positive result for them being obviously they don't get into some kind of tax trouble, and the positive result for you is you have a client that's really happy that you've helped them out. Let's take another example. Let's say you're an ad agency and you use your skills and knowledge to change the behaviors of the general public to buy more products or services of your clients. So I could go on, but I'm sure you get the idea by now. Okay, so this is classic features and benefits selling, right? I'm sure you're all familiar with this way of selling. Here are my features, here's the benefit to you, this is why you should buy it, which is basically the result, the benefit. Now, at the beginning of this section, I did actually say that if you're relying on features and benefits to sell, it really is the weakest way to sell, and here's the reason why. Do you have competitors? The answer is going to be yes, of course you do. Do your competitors have similar features to the features that you have, i.e. skills and knowledge? Yes, they probably do, right? Can they therefore change the behaviors of the public in the same way that you can? Yes, they probably can. Can they therefore produce a similar result to the kind of result that you can produce? Yes, they can. So imagine this, I'm a prospect sitting in your meeting listening to your pitch or listening to your presentation, and I'm deciding whether or not I'm going to hire you or your firm. Now, I'm also going to go and see a couple of other companies who can do what you can do. So here's my question. If you're all the same, if the results that you can produce are the same as everybody else, why should I hire you over them? You've all got similar features, and you can all produce a similar result. So seriously, why you? And over the years, I've literally asked this question to hundreds and hundreds of companies. And you know what? Do you know what the most common answer is? Here it is, are you ready? Because we're nice people. And yes, I'm sure you are. And that's what everybody says. You're all nice people. So if you're relying on features and benefits to sell, it really isn't the answer. And if it isn't the answer, then what is? And before I answer that, I want to share two really quick things with you. The first thing is this. This features and benefits approach, the other issue with it is really straightforward and simple, is that it's based on logic. You can measure behavioral changes, you can measure all the results, etc. And we don't buy on logic, we buy on emotion. That's how we buy. The second really important point is this. If you're only selling to a prospect using features and benefits, and that prospect cannot find a difference between you and everybody else, i.e. your results are all too similar, then guess how they're going to make their decision? It's going to be about price. Who's going to do it the cheapest? Because it's the only way I can see to differentiate between you and your competitors. And it becomes, for all companies involved, it becomes a race to the bottom. Okay, so if features and benefits selling isn't the answer, then let me tell you what is. And it involves everything below the line, which are our beliefs and, of course, our emotional desires.